Okay. I am new to streaming, so it may not be the most perfect technical setup, but I'm gonna give this a go. I'm gonna try to walk through the web wallet for an hour, and I was told by Ryan to say that I have some experience using crypto apps and stuff. I'm not a complete beginner, nor am I particularly advanced, but I understand the basic concepts like, you know, setting up a wallet, trading, I don't know. So, I have never even seen the web wallet, so you get to see all of my kind of like first reactions and stuff, and also be like taking some notes on the side. And for future reference, as I get better at streaming, I can have a better technical setup. For example, the audio here is probably not perfect, but hopefully it's acceptable. And in case it's not good, I am taking notes. So it's like a second kind of record of like, you know, what I was noticing and experiencing. Okay, this is already a problem. It's not capturing the right window. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Oh no, one last thing. Okay, the clock is roughly 4:55 p.m., February 2nd, 2024, and now hopefully I will begin my real 1 hour run through. I will be opening up a link that Ryan sent me. 1 second. Cool, it captures that. Let's see. Maybe I'll just Google it, see if it has good SEO. Dash web wallets. Let's see, we have my Dash wallet, dash.org, the official Dash mobile wallet. Is this? I don't think so. Let's check my Discord. Okay, it's going to be wallet.incubator.dev. Here we go. As Ryan said, I should just kind of like say what I'm, seeing. So I'm just going to give like a full stream of consciousness, basically. Like, I don't know, any thought that comes to my mind. Like, I actually feel like the logo dash could look a little crisper somehow. It doesn't look like 100% like top-notch graphic design. And beneath it, you have this kind of like, it looks like a kind of standard like, what would you even call that? User, I guess a standard like display element, like it hasn't been custom formatted, it just says incubator, right? So, but maybe it's just because it's like an early form. I'm gonna, of the site, I'm gonna put this full screen. I don't know why, I don't know if this is my browser or if this is the page itself, but there's this awkward little like URL bar down here. Let me check if that's just my browser. God, I'm using all the wrong terminology, but it's not my browser. So this site had this weird little, it had the URL down here, but now it's gone. Okay, the easiest way to send, receive, and save your dash. My first impression, send and receive sound good. Save, for some reason, doesn't sound like perfect marketing. It's like send and receive is like obvious actions. Like, yeah, I want to send, I want to receive. Maybe like store, it's just a subtle thing, but it's like the word is more like concrete, kind of like, yeah, I want to store my dash. Okay, generate a new wallet. This option will give you a brand new wallet and seed phrase. Maybe you don't even need that little tagline, because when you say generate a new wallet, I'm like, I know exactly what you mean. This little tagline is like, it's almost like kind of redundant information. It's like fluff on the page, sort of. Add an existing wallet. Already have a Dash wallet. Click below to add it using your seed phrase. That's fine. One thing I'm noticing is like you have the title up here, generate a new wallet, and then you have the button which says the exact same thing. Maybe you could change that. Like this could just say like go or something. Let's go. This I like for some reason the button saying add an existing wallet. Okay. Generate a new wallet, alias, hit next to generate a new wallet and seed phrase. As a user, I'm thinking, is there going to be some kind of restriction on what kinds of usernames? Like, are they going to tell me if a username is already taken? Okay, I'll just go with a standard username that I often use. Okay, what did it say? Please match the requested format, but it doesn't say what the criteria of the format are. Also, this little orange exclamation point, again, it's like, I feel like the resolution of the images is slightly low, and I know it's like an early draft, but I'm just saying it's just lacking crispness, kind of, or like perfect, like professional software level design. So yeah, all right, that's my username. I don't know how thorough I should be, like how thoroughly I should test everything, but I'm just gonna try out some weird stuff here. 1, 2, 3. It accepts 1, 2, 3. There's no back button. Like if I change my mind, what do? Do I click out here? Nope. If I press the back button, it just exits the site. So that's something like to think about. Generate a new wallet. What happens if I put in 1, 2, 3? It's still fine. What if I do some symbols? Not accepted. Okay. I'm gonna put in my normal thing. Hit next. Seed phrase. Let me just check that the stream is still working. 1 second. Okay. The stream is working, but it appears to be like more than like 10 seconds lag, which does not matter. I'm using a public Wi-Fi network. Okay, here's my seed phrase. Wait. Do not lose this seed phrase. We recommend you write it down or print it out and keep it somewhere safe. There are no other backups. Maybe change the wording of that a little bit. On most apps I've used, they say something like, we cannot, restore this information, and then they make you click like, I understand that if I lose this, it's gone forever, or something like that. It's just, the wording sounds a little bit too like casual, kind of. Advance, approve, devote, divorce, rhythm, squirrel club, monkey, purchase, impact, romance, vibrant. I don't know if you guys use some like pre-existing software package for generating the seed phrase, but I would say it's good because the words all have like neutral to positive connotations. It's not like something weird like, murder. It's like nice words, monkey, purchase, whatever. I could do this. I could do this. Let me test if that works. Yes. Let me see if this works. That works. I like that. I like it's just the fact that I can highlight it or I can press copy. It just feels like very kind of usable somehow. Okay. I think that's fine. In general, I sometimes wonder if someone can innovate in the whole seed phrase thing, because I personally constantly lose my seed phrases, but that seems like a project for another day. I backed up this seed phrase. Maybe the letters like being uppercase is not necessary, like seed phrase, like technically it's just a common noun, so you could lowercase it. I think it looks slightly awkward. I backed it up. Encryption password. Now here, there's not a lot of like, it's not that self-explanatory. Like it says encrypt wallet, encryption password, and it's basically asking me to create a password, but it doesn't actually say that. So it would be good if there's like instructions like create your password. This password may be used, like you could just say create your password, or it could say create your password. This password will be used to encrypt your wallet or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna use a random password instead of the one that I usually use. QWERTY 9 billion. Remember password for browser session. I also am not finding that immediately intuitive. Like, it's basically what I think usually like web applications would say, like remember me. They just say remember me. It's like more general. And then this little like thing that popped up here, remember for session. It's like you're saying the same thing in two different ways, but it's like an overly kind of long way of saying it. It could just be like, remember me, or remember login, or remember user saying, and you probably don't even need this little text pop up when the mouse hovers. It's like, it's not that common to have like text hover whatever windows when you like hover over like a slider button, I think. But this is nice, show hide password. So maybe that is valid. But maybe it could just say like on or off, or I don't know, something. I don't know. Remember. Encrypt sensitive wallet data stored in the browser. I'm thinking like, so if my seed phrase is essentially how I get into my wallet, what data am I encrypting with this password? Like, I don't have a fast answer to that, but maybe you can think about like explaining to the user a little more clearly, what do you need the seed phrase for versus what do you need the password for? What's the difference? Okay, I'm not going to remember the password for whatever reason. I'm going to encrypt my data. I'll test really quickly what happens if I don't enter anything. Okay, that's good. QWERTY 9 billion. Encrypt. Okay, that was a nice, fast, smooth transition. Still feel like the graphic design has just like, it's nice, but it's just, you could just take it up a notch. Just like the spacing is just something like, here you got like this kind of empty sides. It almost looks like it's supposed to be for like a mobile browser. It's like very kind of narrow and squished, but it says alpha stage, not production ready, so fair enough. Check out the source code. I love that. I love open source, so that's really appreciated. Cool. Dash balance 0. I like this logo a lot. That's one of the cooler crypto like symbols that I've seen for a currency. At Hamilton 2. That looks very nice. does look a little empty up here. Like, feel like there could be a little bit more text of any kind, like your balance or the date or something. Looks a little bit like a blog from like the 2000s or something. It's kind of too spare. It's like Arial font kind of. But I click on it, that's nice. Maybe a tiny bit more responsiveness, because like when I hover over the mouse, I can't tell if there's any indicator that this is clickable, but I click on it, it is clickable. Edit profile, backup wallet, lock, disconnect. Pretty good. I would say not perfectly intuitive. Like my mind is like, wait, what does each one of these things do? Like edit profile makes perfect sense. Backup wallet, I'm like, what does that mean? Because it's a web wallet. Am I backing it up like locally or something onto my own like storage device? Lock, I'm also like, that's good, that's clear and simple. Like even if you don't know what it means to lock a wallet, which I don't really know, it's just immediately understandable. Like, oh cool, I can lock my wallet. Like maybe if I'm worried that someone like got my password or something, I can get in there and lock it. That's awesome. Disconnect is kind of like, is that like logging out? I'm gonna click on it actually. Confirm wallet disconnect, or if you want to disconnect this wallet, this is an irreversible action which removes all wallet data from your browser. Make sure to back up your data first. Okay, what kind of data? Again, we retain no backups of your wallet data. I'm wondering, are they saying that they're going to basically clear the cookies of the browser or something, the browser session, or yeah. So ideally, a little bit more explanation here. Disconnect. It's from the user perspective, especially someone that's not technically adept, it just seems like log out. So maybe you don't have to say log out. It's cool to be original and say something else, but if you're going to say disconnect, just explain a little better. You could even have a teeny little like animated diagram or infographic, like explain like what happens when you log out, because I know that a lot of like Web3 web apps and stuff, you have to use like a Web3 browser, but like clearly this works in a normal browser, which is really cool. And my guess is you guys are somehow like adapting the way that Web3 technology works for a browser. So I'm assuming that's something to do with what this disconnect thing is. But yeah, I don't understand fully. Now I've disconnected. So add an existing wallet. So assuming that, yeah, I'm gonna need my seed phrase. Same thing, it's like from the user intuition perspective, we're used to thinking of web apps as something you log in and log out of, and this site is kind of talking about you add a wallet and then you kind of disconnect it or even sort of delete it from the browser. So yeah. Kind of working on the conceptual metaphors that you use to explain to the user, I guess, because, let's see, did I even save my seed phrase? Yes, I did, thank God. Here it is. Okay. Add an existing wallet. Okay, I'm trying to elaborate a little bit on what I'm saying. If you choose not to just say log in and log out, I want to understand, is there some special like feature or something of this whole adding a wallet? Like, I'll just check this out right now. Add wallet, seed phrase, alias. I must also know my alias. Okay. I'm curious, why is my seed phrase not enough? Isn't that sort of from the, oh, this doesn't work, by the way. I'm clicking this reveal seed phrase thing. It's not showing. And I'm curious, isn't it from the real algorithmic perspective, a seed phrase is like a private key cryptographically, isn't it? So like, in principle, I should not need to enter my alias. So even though I like it from a user perspective, it feels more like, it feels less like technical, it feels more like human kind of. But I'm just curious, like, is this an extra security measure, or is this just a decision, like a design decision or something? Oh, name the wallet. Okay. So it seems like you could, wait, hang on a second. You can change the name of your wallet. 1 second. And, okay, and so you have to create a new password. Now I understand a bit better. Flapjacks. 2020. Encrypt. Gotcha. I think I understand better now. And like I said, if you maybe explain this to the user in the beginning, it's almost like the browser is going to like temporarily download, like I think the software of a self-custodial wallet onto your machine, into your browser at least, and then like, yeah, as I was saying, I want to see what happens if I just clear my history or something. I'm going to clear the last hour. Okay. Reload. Okay. As far as I can tell, I know I'm going over this point over and over. As far as I can tell, there's no difference between like just logging out in the conventional sense and whatever you guys are calling disconnecting. So I'm actually starting to think more that you should change the terminology and just call it logging in, logging out. It's just easier to understand. And yeah, this whole thing where like you can change your alias, now it's making me think, well, why do I need an alias if it's something that doesn't really have any authentication value? Yeah. Okay. There's also no restrictions on the password. That's fine with me, but it's not common. It's like I just typed in the number 1. Okay, I'm gonna move on now. That was disconnect, or as I think it should be called, log out. Here's lock. Are you trying to lock this wallet? Lock it. Okay. One second. I think I selected remember password for browser session, but now it's like, what does that do? Does that mean that it should autofill it? But it's not. So I'll type in 1, decrypt. We're back in. Lock. And by the way, I like that. Are you sure? That's perfectly good. 1, remember the password. Decrypt. Okay. Maybe it's just if I open up the maybe if I open another window or something, that's the idea. Let's see, wallet. Open another window. It's as if it's locked. Okay, so now I just use a password for that period of time. But it's asking me remember password. It's not clear like kind of what's gonna happen. 1 second. Lock. 1. Oh, now it works. Oh no, that did work before, never mind. Remember. Oh, decrypt. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Weird. I'm not sure if what just happened was intentional or not, but I'm somehow back in the landing page once I switch back to the original. Seed phrase. 1 second. Yep, that does not work. Alias 1, 2, 3, 4. Shared when connecting with a contact. Got it. I did not see that earlier, but that is a decent explanation now that I'm getting more used to it. Encryption 1, remember. Encrypt. Okay. What? This is different from before, I think. Yeah, I think this is a bug. I don't know why that was like that. I'm back in, opening it up in a different wallet-incubator dev. So I think the remember password failed essentially because I think that's the point of that feature is like if you open it up again in the same session, you're already logged in. But it doesn't make sense to ask again, especially when you're decrypting? Maybe it does. Let's see. 1, remember, decrypt. Okay, reload. We're still in. What happens when we go here? Reload. We're still in. Wallet. We're logged out. So this is what I'm trying to say. It does not appear that this feature is working. But maybe you guys are well aware of that. Temporarily decrypt wallet data stored in the browser. Also, that makes me think like maybe you can actually, if it's like your wallet is stored in the browser but encrypted, like it's almost like it's still accessible to the network. So maybe someone could actually pay you as long as your wallet is sort of like loaded in the browser, which I think is very cool and very innovative. I like the idea of that. But it's because it's decrypted, no one can access it except the person with the password. That's pretty cool. I wonder if that's the idea. I'm starting to like it more. Okay, what did I do? 1, 2. Decrypt. Nope. 1. Okay, now I'm gonna move on a bit. Backup. Encrypted full backup. Backup key store. Show seed phrase. 1. That's great. It's really useful to just easily be able to see your seed phrase whenever you want. I definitely like that. One thing is like you already asked them to back it up the first time, and this time it's kind of like if they just ever want to check it, so you could make this button just say like hide or something. So yeah, I'm gonna check again that the stream is still going. Cool. How long have I been streaming? Let me see. Been streaming like 30 minutes. It's cool. Okay. Backup key store. I don't know what a key store is. Download your key store as a JSON file. Is that like a key chain, like multiple seed phrases or something? Encrypted full backup. Download a copy of all data stored in the browser. I like how minimalistic this is. So for someone who's a little bit initiated, I like how just pure and simple this is. For someone that's new, you probably need explanation. But I like the design of this so much that I don't really want to change it. Maybe the explanation could be somewhere else, because this is just like so pure and nice. I pressed encrypted backup. Whoops. Install dash incubator wallet. Install. And now I have an application. Okay, that could use a little more explanation, because usually when you install an application, it's a Chrome app or something, usually like you go through an installer and it's like copy it into your applications. You're more like aware that you're installing something. But yeah, I think this is like a progressive web app sort of for like desktop. It's basically just running Chrome in its own browser, I guess, in its own window. Now it's white because I exited something out. App info, I mean, I could go through all this later. Maybe I will. What happened to the wallet? So that's something, when I downloaded it downloaded it as a Chrome app and it closed the window, I think, which is kind of, I don't know, I think it's a little unintuitive. 1. Okay, one more time. Backup wallet. Yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into this right now. It seems like a more specialty feature, but it's like, it seems useful, but it's not fully explained. Backup key store. Okay, JSON. Let's check this out. It's opening with Adobe After Effects. Y, open. What is this? Open. Show in Finder. It's JSON, that's why. That's fine, because, you know, someone who doesn't know what JSON is probably doesn't really, like, it's not like they need extra kind of information on our side, on the side of this app anyway. I'm going to look at it though, quick look. Crypto, ciphertext, okay. This looks fine to me. It's just kind of a little bit beyond my knowledge, but I'm happy with it as it is. So happens when I click here, dash home, cool, dash balance, nothing's clickable, I'm clicking on stuff, it's fine. Kind of cool if you could get something by clicking on your balance, but not necessarily. Send, request, contact 0, new contact, no contacts found. Check out source code, okay. Let's add a contact. With your new contacts. Okay, this thing here, it's like, it's cool, but it's like not clear that that it's like scrollable. Like, you could do something about that. God damn it, what is this? Yeah, like some kind of visual indication that this is a scrollable element. Copy. It looks like it works. No, does it? Guess so. I'm just gonna see what happens when I enter this into my browser. Nothing. I guess I'm looking at this URI string. Okay, so here we got some kind of long code or whatever. Sub, preferred username, updated at, scope, preferred username, updated at, and then it ends. I guess this is like a generated like string for finding contacts, which is cool. Maybe if you could make this the actual content of the URI. I'm just gonna call it the URL because that's what I call stuff like this. Maybe a little more intuitive. Like it would be cool if it was just like dash slash, your username or something. Maybe contact address. Let's see, QR codes. Scan a contact. Hold the QR in front of your device camera. That's fine. Except a lot of people, or I've seen people mention like, is there any way to use a QR code without having to hold in front of your camera? Like, what if your friend sent it through some kind of like email or messaging? It's like, what if I could take a screenshot or drag and drop a QR code or something? That could be kind of useful. I'm not going to test that right now. Paste a dash address, XP or VXPub or link. Same thing here. I like that it's minimalistic. So if someone knows what that is, it's great. If someone doesn't know what that is, it's like they're gonna need help. So I guess that's your guys' choice as designers of what you're kind of aiming for. I wouldn't say it's like self-explanatory, of course. Contact name optional. Alias for the contact. I'm asking myself, why do they need an alias and a name? I mean, I get, like on Twitter, you do the same thing, but it's like, I guess the thing that like the usernames aren't fixed is kind of like affecting my intuition a little bit. Like it's much more common to just like stick to a username. You can really change it if you want. You can go into the settings and stuff, but like maybe there's like limitations on how often you can do that, because like oftentimes the username is like how you find people on various, web apps and stuff. So that's just a thought. Oh my dear God. Okay, cool. I might wrap up soon. I can do a second session later or something. But yeah, I haven't tested this yet. I should probably test it with like a second contact. Finish pairing with a contact. There's no like cancel button as far as I can tell. It's like still here. Just something to notice. Send. Alias or dash address. Now, another thing I'm thinking is like dash address. Is that like the standard crypto address, like just like a public key, or is that something to do with this dash URI? QR code. This is nice and simple. Cancel, send, amount. That's very nice. Okay. Requests. Perfect. Exact same thing. Very nice and intuitive. And yeah, I think that I will gladly do like a second session where I practice like transferring and stuff, but I think this is like a good first session. So I'm just gonna stop streaming right now, and yeah, I might do a second session.